"Oh, my dear, sweet child, it's so wonderful to see you. Come sit with me on my cozy armchair, and let me tell you a story that will take you to the most magical places your heart can imagine. I've got my knitting needles and a fresh batch of warm cookies just out of the oven, and I'm ready to weave a tale that will whisk you off to far, off lands full of wonder and excitement. So tuck yourself in tight, and let's begin our journey into the world of dreams, my darling." Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a little girl named Evelyn. She was a happy child, always smiling and singing, and she loved spending time with her family and friends. One evening, as Evelyn was getting ready for bed, her mother came into her room with a book. "I have a special story for you tonight, Evelyn," she said. "It's a story about a little girl just like you." Evelyn's eyes grew wide with excitement as her mother began to read. The story was about a little girl named Rose who lived in a small village on the edge of a great forest. Rose was a brave and curious girl, and she loved exploring the woods around her home. One day, as Rose was wandering through the forest, she came across a beautiful unicorn. The unicorn was pure white, with a long, flowing mane and a spiraled horn on its forehead. Rose was amazed by the unicorn's beauty and grace, and she knew that she had to get closer. But as she approached the creature, it suddenly turned and ran away. Undaunted, Rose chased after the unicorn, determined to catch it. She ran and ran until she was deep in the heart of the forest, far from her home. As she looked around, Rose realized that she was lost. The forest was dark and unfamiliar, and she didn't know which way to go. But then she heard a soft voice calling out to her. "Don't be afraid, little one," the voice said. "I'm the forest fairy, and I will guide you home." Rose looked around, but she couldn't see anyone. "Where are you?" she asked. "I am all around you," the fairy said. "Close your eyes and trust me." Rose closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Suddenly, she felt a warm breeze blowing around her, and she heard the sound of rustling leaves and singing birds. When she opened her eyes again, she was standing in the clearing near her home. Her family was waiting for her, and they were overjoyed to see her safe and sound. From that day forward, Rose never forgot the lessons she had learned in the forest. She knew that even in the darkest moments, there was always someone watching over her, and she could always find her way home. As her mother finished the story, Evelyn yawned and snuggled deeper into her blankets. "Good night, Mama," she said, her eyes growing heavy. "Good night, my dear," her mother replied, kissing her forehead. "Sleep tight, and remember that you are loved and protected, always." And with that, Evelyn drifted off to sleep, dreaming of unicorns and forest fairies.